Module 12 lesson title, Determining Timelines and Understanding Financial Goals in Event.
An effective way of planning any event is by creating an event timeline. So these tools outlines the months and weeks leading up to the occasion, helping organizers meet the deadlines, manage budget, and coordinate smoothly with different parties. So since event planning is similar to project management, timelines are widely used to keep everything on track. So a long-term event planning usually spans 6 to 12 months, depending on the size and complexity of the event. So whether simple or large scale, having a clear timeline ensures that every task is planned, organized, and accomplished ahead of the date.
Why do we need long-term event planning timelines?
We need long-term event planning timelines because they guide us from start to finish. When we plan early, we have enough time to prepare everything like the venue, suppliers, budget, and promotion. It also helps us spot possible problems and solve them before the event happens. With a clear timeline, the team knows what to do and when to do it. This avoids rushing and last-minute stress. In the end, long-term planning makes the event smoother, more organized, and successful.
Anchors are non-negotiable deadlines set by clients, partners, or key participants. They are fixed and cannot be moved. These anchors guide your planning and give you parameters to work with. Examples: a client requires a formal check-in meeting 2 weeks before the event. Next is a keynote speaker asks you to confirm their schedule 3 months in advance. And lastly, sponsors must be secured 6 months before peak season's events. So for the conclusion, in short, anchors may be out of your control, but by setting them early, you can plan smoothly and avoid conflicts.
Number 2. At vendor timelines. Vendors play a vital role in the success of an event. To help them deliver the best service, it is important to provide them with a clear timeline. This is especially necessary for large events such as conferences and trade shows, which require more preparation on their part. Since vendors depend on the information given to them, sharing a complete and organized timeline ensures that they can plan ahead and avoid mistakes. Although they are professionals, a well-prepared timeline makes their work easier and more efficient. It is also important to ask vendors to confirm that they have received and reviewed the timeline. These steps avoid miscommunication and ensures that everyone involved and properly informed. Number 3. Create multiple drafts of your timeline. To make your event timeline more effective, it is the best to create several drafts. Revising and improving each version allows you to gain new insight and ideas. Once you have the draft you are satisfied with, review with a trusted colleague to check if there are any missing details, such as venue reservation, catering deposits, or rental requirements. After reviewing, share the draft with the key stakeholders and vendors. They can provide updates, corrections, or confirm that everything is accurate. This process ensures that your plan is complete and give you confidence to move forward with a final timeline. What should be on your event planning timeline? The amount of preparation time depends on the type of event. Large events such as seminars, multi-day workshop, and wedding usually require at least 6 months of planning. For smaller events like corporate meetings, a shorter timeline may be enough. However, starting early still gives you more flexibility to handle important details such as travel arrangement and other complex requirements.
So 6 months to 12 months before the event. If your event involves many components or multiple tasks, include these steps in your long-term planning. So first in our list is to assign roles and tasks. Decide who is responsible for each task and set deadlines. Use a spreadsheet to track progress and note daily updates. Second is to set the event goals. Clearly define your goals and objectives. This will guide most of your decisions and ensures the team is aligned. Third is to plan the budget. Create a detailed budget at least 6 to 12 months in advance. This will help you manage finances and decide what extras you can include. Fourth is to book your venue and vendors. Secure your venue early and coordinate caterers and other vendors. Ask for recommendations if needed and confirm their availability to avoid scheduling conflicts later. So lastly is to plan marketing and promotion. Start planning how to promote your event. Early preparation makes it easier to maintain a consistent image and launch ticket sales or registration on time.
3 to 6 months before the event. First is to choose the remaining vendors or high remaining vendors like entertainers, florists, photographer based on available budget. Second is to confirm speakers and collect their bios and infos for event materials. Third is make a supply list and order what's needed or adjust if funds are low. And lastly, plan for emergencies by checking the venue safety rules and adding your own plans.
So you're just 1 to 3 months away from your big event. With a solid timeline in place, you're feeling confident about the final preparations. So first, send out those invitations. Give your guests ample time to plan their travel, work schedules, and accommodations. Next, confirm with your vendors. Ensure they received your order and can deliver as requested. Finally, discuss venue timelines with your vendors. Coordinate setup and take down procedures to ensure a seamless event. So with these final pieces in place, you're on track for a successful event.
Good day, everyone. For today, I will be discussing about the financial goals. So why it is important to have a financial goals. So in budgeting and resource allocation, it is important to have a financial goals because it helps creating a realistic budget. They guide the allocations of resources to different aspects of the event, ensuring the funds are used efficiently. When it comes to feasibility assessment, clear financial goals allow event organizers to assess the feasibility of the event. They will help determine if the event can generate enough revenue to cover costs and achieve profitability. And also, when it comes to decision making, financial goals guide decision making throughout the event planning process. They help organizers to prioritize activities and make choices that align with the event's financial objectives. And also, when it comes to risk management, understanding financial goals enables better risk management. Organizers can identify potential financial risks and develop strategies to mitigate them. That is why before you commit undertaking any event, you should have clear idea of your financial objectives. Define your goals. Is it a hosted event? If so, if so, you are only worried of the budget. Um, of if the event is company or corporate responsibility as your client for their financial goals. Identify all the event costs, determine which are the fixed and which are variable. Fixed costs are the unchangeable costs that you incur to hold the event and will not change. So fixed costs could include venue, rental, designs, costs, and marketing and promotions. Variable cost depends on changing factors like number of attendees or booths you are able to sell. For instance, food and beverage cost, delegate kits, handouts, souvenir items are dependent on the number of attendees who sign up for the event. So you have to determine your funds resources. Will your client pay for everything? Are you expected to raise additional revenues from registration fee, sponsorship fee, exhibition fee, and all those expenses? Can some of the costs can covered by barter or exchange deal? So you have to compute your potential profit. Simply put that this is the difference between fund sources and total cost. So funds minus total cost and fixed variable. So compute your break-even level. If you are changing entrance fee or exhibit fees, compute how much revenues you need to raise and break even with your cost. How many you're paying delegates, your sponsor sales, and the cover of total cost. Can you charge higher sponsorship project or both both rental. If you are professional expert, you have to think for your reservation about the meetings and all. You have to ensure your client has a reasonable and realistic expectations when it comes to financial goals. That would be all. Thank you.